Hello everybody, Storm here, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, the United Kingdom. In the last episode, we got everything set up at the start. We kind of reorganized our army a little bit, and, started just getting things set up at the beginning of the game. And that is where we're currently at. We are going to be needing to work on building up our industry and solving a lot of our equipment deficits that we currently have. We're way behind on infantry equipment, and we're way behind on armor. So we'll have to see about getting that taken care of. So might as well just go ahead and unpause it. Let's let time run, because it's just a matter of waiting it out. Alright, so we are currently building more civilian factories. Okay. The 84 political power. Manpower is a bit of an issue. But I think that's less of a problem right now, as we're not really going to be recruiting much, because we just don't have the equipment to actually get any troops trained. We only have enough equipment to outfit the troops we currently have, let alone train new ones. So, not exactly sure what I'm going to do with the colonial garrisons just yet. Now see if I can just go ahead and run at maximum speed for the time being. Oh, hold on. A decision is available. A bunch of decisions are available. Let's see, improve worker conditions, weekly stability plus 5 per 0.5%. We get a reduction in factory output. Do we know what our stability is? Stability. Weekly change minus 0.1%. Plus 14.5, effects on current stability. Plus 9.2% factory output. Political power gain plus 4%. Okay, we're going to have to worry about that. Give your refuge to German scientists. We'll lose some stability but increase our research time. Give refuge to Italian scientists. Same thing, ban fascism. Base stability minus 1.3. Daily fascism support minus 0.02. Popularity of fascists minus 2%. Ban communism. Institute press censorship. It's like, is it worth losing 10% factory output? Consumer goods 32%. Alright, Treaty of Addis Ababa. Italy annexed Ethiopia. We got a motorized army. We got a basic machine tools, a Vickers machine gun, and Stokes mortar. Bunch of things. Alright, so we want to work on our concentrated industry. I almost never go for dispersed industry. As long as I can keep enemy bombers from giving us trouble, we'll be alright. We need a new fighter aircraft. The Gladiator just isn't going to cut it. We're going to get the Hurricane. We also need to start working on our doctrines, because those are extremely important as well. Let's see, what do we have here? The Shadow Scheme. Defense. Royal Tank Regiment. 1 times 50% research bonus for armor tech. That would be a bad idea. We need this industrial effort, I think. Any other countries at war? Yeah, we're not going to get a lot of stuff until we're at war. So it's going to be slow going until World War II starts. Home defense, coastal forts. Let's reinforce the Empire. Gain that base stability plus 10%. Let's do that. Command power. Current command power. Promotion generals can be spent. Be allocated for continuous operations. Growth and maximum capacity command power. Alright, we can modify the government. Can we change our economy? No, we can't. We need... civilian... The war industrialist. Free military factories. What do we need? We need armor. So we need tanks. Let's get on some more tanks. So another thing I don't really understand is the tank tree in this for the British doesn't quite fit. But it is what it is. Doesn't change how we're going to do things. Let's see. We need to prioritize naval and air doctrines. Naval bomber. Sea gladiator. Strategic destruction, battlefield support, operational integrity. Close air support interacts with divisions. We can lay waste enemy divisions with optimal support. Enemy's factories, either by night or more dangerously during the day, we can seriously hinder their war machine. You know, I've never really gone for the strategic destruction. Or do we want to go with operational? Interception detection. Fighter baiting. Interception mission efficiency. Fighter detection. Air superiority. This actually sounds like something we want. So let's go with operational integrity. Interception detection plus 20%.
Orders.
No, I'm not entirely sure how this whole commander promotion thing is going to work. Right, reinforce the Empire is done. So there's like trait slots and stuff. It's going to be interesting. Army experience, Navy experience, air. Ooh. Ooh, very nice. Grab that. I mean, I would say let's start exercising our troops, but as I said, I can't afford. I mean, let's just see what it does. We're making what, plus 27.2 infantry equipment. If I tell these guys to start exercising. The games of the 11th Olympiad. The 11th Olympic Games were recently held in Berlin, Germany, attended by athletes of 49 different nations across the world. The 1936 Summer Olympics are the first in history to have enjoyed limited live television coverage. The Games were a significant propaganda victory for the German regime, which spent lavishly on the event. German athletes saw the most success, winning 33 gold medals, while the Americans came in second with 24. 4 of these were won by Jesse Owens, the single most successful athlete of the Games. Alright, it brings us down now to 23? 21? Yeah, it's all over the place. But we're still going positive. Alright. We can have those guys train a little bit. Alright, let's work on some naval doctrine. You also need to modernize the Navy a little bit. The doctrine's more important. We've already taken Fleet and Being, which makes sense for the British. I'm going to take a battle fleet concentration. More free dockyards, okay. So it looks like we finished, I think, our... Actually, let's do it like this. So what this will do is, once this is done, all these will move down here, move down here, move down here, move down here, until all these get done. More for military factories. Again, we're going to put them in tanks. For 180 days. Let's do it. War support. Weekly change plus 0.4. Daily command power gain multiplier minus 70. 3%. Service overseas. Alright, that's done. Royal Tank Regiment. Do we want to go for that? Home defense. Let's grab the Royal Tank Regiment. We could use some upgrades to our tanks. We're using one of these Vickers. So I guess once we finish that, we'll go ahead and prioritize a tank upgrade. Spanish Civil War. The Civil War has erupted in Spain. Several generals seeking to overthrow the current government in Madrid have issued pronunciamiento, and a large portion of the Spanish armed forces have answered their call to arms. The right-wing nationalist faction has occupied much of Spain, including the overseas territories. Loyalist forces and volunteers have assembled under the left-wing Republican government, determined to resist the putsch and to their last breath. The battle for Spain has begun. Can I... send volunteers? We are not allowed to send volunteers, so that is of no consequence to us. For the moment. How are we looking? Alright, we've got surpluses of artillery. Surpluses of support equipment, which is good because those things are going to drain as soon as the fighting starts. Concentrated industry is done. We are still a little far behind on those things. Okay. Excavation. Resource gain efficiency. Synthetic oil? Do I really need to worry about that with the United States as my potential ally? Probably not. The Blenheim, the Wellington, and the Halifax. Heavy fighters. Let's do it. Force rotation is done. Hawker Hurricane is done. We want to start making those new Hawker Hurricanes. Fighter baiting. And we're going to go after... Special Forces, Marines, Paratroopers, other Special Forces. Heavy tanks. Let's go for interwar artillery. Free dockyards. Man, we burned through all that. Alright. So, we are building a carrier for the home fleet. Courageous class. Let's build... another carrier for what is in our North Atlantic fleet? Let's put in the home fleet. Whitley interwar bot. What actually are we building? We're building Whitleys. Anti-aircraft guns? Let's get some anti-aircraft guns building. King Edward abdicates. Prime Minister Baldwin has made it quite clear that the dignity of the King Emperor will be impinged if he were to marry not just a commoner but also a divorcee, and if that was not bad enough, an American. After much soul-searching, His Majesty has chosen love over duty and has chosen to abdicate. His younger brother Albert will assume the mantle as King George VI. London bookmakers are already taking odds on whether the shy man will make it to his own coronation. Alright. Let's see, if I were to add some anti-aircraft and some good old line artillery to this. That's good. We want to get rid of this support artillery, replace it with something else. We don't have the experience for it yet. Well, tank regiment. Good. Air experience plus 25. Mad Maximum anti-air in East Anglia, Sussex, and Cornwall. Would that mean we won't need this? Okay, so yeah, we'll get rid of these. Won't waste time on them. And we'll take that. Where is the Atlantic Fleet, by the way? Oh, it's a couple light cruisers and a bunch of destroyers. Okay. The Nor fleet. Alright, what do we get here? Quartermaster General, air base construction speed, naval base, rocket site, radar station, nuclear reactor construction speed, armaments organized civilian, political power gain plus 15%, background backstabber. I guess I'll go with the Quartermaster General. Now very short with anti-air. So we just added that to everything. Oh yeah, we need planes. In particular, I want some more fighters. Cannot deploy. Insufficient manpower. Well, isn't that just lovely? There we go. Carrier fighter and carrier naval bomber. We're not building. Okay. We need carrier naval bombers and carrier fighters. We can back off on the support equipment and the towed artillery for now so we can get those guys building. Alright. Reserve fleet, the Channel Force. Channel Force is going to need more than 1 carrier, 2 battleships, 3 cruisers, and 18 destroyers. It's probably going to need some heavy cruisers. So, let's see what we got. We have an Admiral class battle cruisers, Renown class battle cruisers, Hawkins and County class heavy cruisers. Let's see, surface fire range 24. These guys have longer fire range, better evasion, better firepower. Alright, let's build a county class. See, let's build, let's say, 4 of them for the Channel Force. We need some more oil. We'll just buy that from the US. And we now need to work on Matildas. Which should be at least a medium tank, not, if not a heavy, not a light tank. Because they were infantry support tanks. They were heavily armored, fairly slow vehicles designed to keep up with infantry and support them, not be a light, fast, maneuverable light tank. Those are more the cruiser tanks, the Crusaders, Cromwells. Those ones. Though you could still even call those medium tanks. Let's see. Shadow Scheme. Radar. 100% bonus for radar tech. Gains national spirit. Wartime industry, which grants civilian military factory conversion cost minus 20%. Probably won't be doing that, so that's not that important. We do need this, though. Alright. Well, we'll work on it. If it can get us that extra research slot, we probably want to go for it. Alright, end of the Spanish Civil War. With the surrender of the last Republican strongholds, the Spanish Civil War has come to an end. The nationalists stand victorious. A new era has begun for Spain. The war-torn country has suffered greatly in the fighting, and there is much rebuilding to be done. Interesting development. Alright, so nationalist Spain has won. They only become a problem if they join the Axis, which historically they did not, but who knows.
Orders!
Interwar artillery, we could definitely use any tank guns. QF 2-pounders. Two-pounder. That's the same gun that's actually used in the Matilda. Decisions are available. Research time minus 3%. For a drop in 5% stability. We're at 100% stability. Because we now have King George VI. So we could definitely afford these. Let's do it. The Hindenburg disaster. The German passenger airship Hindenburg was destroyed today while attempting to dock at the Lakehurst Naval Air Station in the United States. For reasons not yet determined, the airship was engulfed in flames and crashed to the ground, claiming 35 lives. Due to the scarcity and expense of helium and the U.S. ban on exporting it, the Hindenburg, like all German passenger airships, was ultimately engineered to use hydrogen, which provides greater lift, but is also flammable. The public faith is shaken by this disaster and the rise of much faster passenger aircraft. This could spell the end of the era of airships. Alright, we now have Matildas, the Bristol Blenheim, so we need to... Do we want heavy tanks? I think we do want heavy tanks. King George V class battleships. Ark Royal class carriers. We should probably improve... Get access to better cruisers, I think. Alright, fighter baiting is done. Low echelon support. Ground support plus 10%. Alright, we now are going to switch over to Matildas. And we can add in Blenheim. Are we building any? No, we're not building any. We need more military factories. Okay. Let's also mix in some more naval dockyards. We are going to need more civilian factories at some point as well. Can I click and drag these? Oh, yes. Okay. Industrial effort. Go for it. Alright, Stanley Baldwin resigns. 2 weeks after the coronation of King George VI, Mr. Baldwin has announced that he will resign the premiership in order to retire at the age of 70. Having led the national government on and off since 1923, he has been the steady hand responsible for bringing the British Empire out of the Great Depression, and in recent years has reluctantly overseen the beginning of imperial rearmament and the abdication of King Edward VIII. He steps down as a popular and successful prime minister, but has he done enough to counter the growing threat from Germany? Mr. Chamberlain shall seek to form a new government. Alright, so Stanley Baldwin is retired and Neville Chamberlain comes into power. Alright, I think we're going to have to end this episode here. Progressing pretty well, I think. We are not making any of these, probably because we're exercising.
Yes, sir.
And we don't need to exercise anymore, so we'll stop. Alright, so yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll end this episode here. Continue to work on improving our industry and improving our tech and getting ready for war with Germany in a few years. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.